Hey YouTube, so this is Jayda's 2.5 month update. She's currently 11 weeks old, and she's probably going to be looking off to the side because her little swing's over here, and she loves it. So I figured I'd do this video while she's kind of calm and she just ate and everything. So okay, so we're going to start with breastfeeding things going on with her. In the NICU, if you guys watch my pregnancy recap, while she was in NICU, she was fed formula, and they had to get at least, I think it was 30 or 70 milliliters in her before she was able to be sent home. I think it was 30 milliliters, which would be 1 full ounce, I believe. So she was fed formula, and what I did is, since I wanted to breastfeed, I went ahead and pumped, so she was able to get some colostrum. I would send down little containers of colostrum, usually about a ½ ounce, and they would mix that with her formula, and she would eat that. That way she would know what my milk would taste like and what it would smell like, things like that. So they would either feed that to her first or mix it with the formula and feed it to her. So when she was finally able to come into the room, she was already 5 days old, and so she didn't really have a good latch, so I had to use a nipple shield for a while. When she was 10 days old, I started taking away the nipple shield and for the beginning of the feeding, and having her try to latch on if she could. Most times she did. She would get a good latch on one boob, and then when I would switch boobs, she was unable to latch, so I'd put the nipple shield back on for that. So I continued to do that, and finally she was able to latch on. She had learned how to latch really, really well. And so I was able to take that away. So she was about 2 weeks old when she was able to latch correctly, and so I was able to throw away the nipple shield altogether, which was great, because I think it was a godsend at first, but it's hard to put it on. I only had one nipple shield, so I had to continue to sanitize it every time I wanted to switch boobs, so that was kind of inconvenient. I had to get up and go sanitize it, and it was just ridiculous. Let's see. For the first month, she fed about every 2 to 2.5 hours for about 30 minutes. Again, she was still learning how to latch, so it took a little longer. Sometimes it took 4 to 5 minutes. It just depended. By month 2, she was eating every 3 hours for about 20 minutes. So, and currently, which is 2.5 months now, she eats about 4 ounces, yes. And she feeds for about 15 to 20 minutes still. Let's see. I'm going to discuss my pumping and other things in a separate breastfeeding vlog, because there's a lot of things I want to discuss in there. I don't have enough time to do that in this one. As far as night sleeping, we use the bassinet for the first 4 weeks in my room, so I do co-sleep. And she woke up about every 2 hours during the night to be fed during that time. And then she wasn't really sleeping really well after that, in the bassinet. I'd put her down and she'd wake up in 2 seconds, and so I was like, well, what's the point? So I would just bring her in bed with me. So that's where she currently sleeps now. We have still not used this crib behind me. She slept in it for a couple of naps, maybe 30 minutes. So my mom was like, you really need to do that. Right now all her clean clothes are in that crib, so when we do laundry, my husband doesn't like to put clean clothes into the hamper even though it's empty, because of sanitation issues, so he's real big about that. Are you alright? So he dumps all the clean clothes in the crib, and I have to go through them and fold them up and hang them up and things like that. So she needs to use that crib. Let's see. So again, I put her in my room, into the bed. And since my husband works nights, it's really easy for me to have her there. It's just me. So, and we have a queen size bed. We need to use it, By month 2, she slept about 3 to 4 hours between feedings, which was really, really good. So usually she'd wake up every 3 hours to get fed, and again, she would take about 20 minutes to feed off of both boobs. So in the past week, she's been doing really, really well, sleeping about 5 to 6 hours at a time. So that's great. Like yesterday, she slept, let's see, she slept 2 hours, and then she slept 5 hours, 6 hours. You talking? And then she woke up for feeding and then slept another 5 hours. It was great. And of course, I was up doing work by that time, so she slept even longer. Let's see. The next step, I'm trying to work her into this crib, like I said. So if you guys have any suggestions of how to transition her to the crib, let me know. As far as her development, her birth weight was 7 pounds when she was born, and she was 20.5 inches long. What is it? What is it? It's a mirror. Oh, farted. Her got that farts, don't she? Her got that farts. Like I said, 25 inches long. 5 days, again, she was in the NICU, and she was 6 pounds, 10 ounces when she was discharged. Again, she was in the NICU longer because of her bilirubin count. She had jaundice, and it was just through the roof. So they had to keep her in one of those phototherapy booths for a few days. Almost done. At her first week checkup, because she had to get her bilirubin checked, she was 6 pounds, 7 ounces. And then at her 2-week checkup, she was 7 pounds again. So I was definitely doing good with my breastfeeding and things like that. At her 2-month checkup, she had to get her shots, her DTP, and her second hepatitis shot, and things like that. She was 10 pounds, 6 ounces. Oh, yes, 10 pounds, 6 ounces, and 22.5 inches long. So, and she did great with her shots. I mean, she didn't cry very much. And my husband was there, and he was, of course, holding her hand and things like that. There you go. How's that? Mommy almost done. So that was really, really cool. She did really, really good with that. As far as her development right now, she holds her head up great. It's still a little wobbly here and there. She likes to support her legs, or her weight on her legs. So I don't know if you ever saw in a video before. She likes to stand on me and push up. So we let her do that. And it is a myth that they can't, they will develop bow-leggedness from putting weight in their legs. What a nurse told me was back in the day, they didn't have vitamin D. Of course, your breast milk does not have a lot of vitamin D in it, so you have to get a vitamin D supplement. And if you didn't have that vitamin D supplement, your baby could develop rickets. So that is why people always tell you the old wives' tale that don't put their weight on their legs because they can develop bow-leggedness. That's not true. It's a myth. She smiles. It took forever for her to smile socially. She would not smile, and I thought she just didn't like us. But now she's smiling, and she smiles in response to our smile and all that good stuff. She's discovering what her hands can do. She's bringing them together in front of her, lifting them up. She loves to stretch, bring them to her mouth, things like that. And of course, sucking on them. Oh yes, sucking on them. Because who does have to suck her fingers? That's right. That's right. As far as adjustment to being a mother, it's a little hard at first. You know, I got into it after a while. The fussiness, she usually fusses between 1 and 3 p.m. At least 2 or 3 days a week. Just cries because she wants to, really. I change her diaper, make sure she's fed, make sure she's clean, make sure nothing's pinching her, make sure her clothing's not too tight, too itchy, whatever. But she fusses here and there, and that's fine because we've learned to get through that. At first, I was like, oh my gosh. Her nighttime wakings were kind of hard. Sleep through the night. You know, my husband works night shift, like I said, so it's just me. And one time I had to call my mom and say, Mom, I don't know what to do. She keeps crying. She had a lot of gas and things like that, so we had to get that taken care of. And it was just a little hard. The laundry. OMG, the laundry. We do laundry probably every other day, and sometimes every day. So it's just crazy. Preparing for outings, you have to make sure you have everything together. If you go to a restaurant, she can't sit in a high chair yet, and there's usually not enough room to put the stroller or a car seat, so you have to take her out and hold her. So that kind of sucks, but we've been dealing with that, and she's been doing wonderful with that. And I want to say thank God for grandparents. My mom, if she was not there, I don't know what I would do. There's times my mom has taken her overnight, because my mom works a job where she gets comp time, so she takes a day off here and there during the week, so she may take Jayda for all night long, and it's wonderful. I get to do extra pumping, I get to get stuff done, because when Jayda is here, she consumes all my time, and that's what a baby does. I mean, they depend on you for everything, so it's good that my mom is available to do that, because I don't know what I would do without her. So that's it for her 2.5 month checkup, because I don't want to do a second video. So I just want to get through that as fast as I could. So if you have any questions, leave them below, and I will talk to you ladies later.